Hi guys, how's it going today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Happy Friday. It's Friday the 13th. Whoa, it's actually Friday the 13th. I'm probably going to binge on movies tonight and just watch some scary movies by myself because I've got no one else to watch them with. Luna, where are you? So, it's Friday, guys. My friend called me today and she's like, "So, what are you up to this Friday?" And I'll let her know sorry, and I'm like, "Well, I'll let you know when it actually gets to Friday." And there was like a really awkward silence. And she's like, "So what are you doing this Friday?" I'm like, "I'll let you know when it actually gets to Friday." So then I realized like a few seconds later that it's actually Friday already. So guys, happy Cheers Friday. I'm having a gigantic glass of a screwdriver. No, I'm just kidding. This is not alcoholic. It's actually my dog's urine. You know what they say, a glass of your dog's urine a day keeps the doctor away. So cheers everybody. Luna, it tastes a lot better than last time. I have to admit, it actually tastes really good this time, Luna. It almost tastes like orange juice. I'm just kidding, guys. It's actually orange juice, okay? Am I yelling right now? I didn't mean to be yelling. Okay, guys, let's talk about BitConnect first of all, right? Hope you guys have had a fantastic day trading, and especially a profitable one as well, because there were some good short opportunities to have entered there around the 87 oh, sorry, 8250 range there. So before we start, let's check out BitConnect. It's been a very long time since we've actually taken a look at BitConnect, okay? So what we see with BitConnect, it was usually trending around the $25 million volume, or sorry, $20 million market cap, but it's actually dropped quite a bit. You know, ever since Bitcoin was around the $9,000 to $10,000 range, it was at 20 million. But of course, guys, there's no coin that's impervious to Bitcoin falling, right? Of course, it's kind of like the Titanic. It's going to drag down all the crew members with it as well, regardless of how hard you try to stay afloat. So, BitConnect is definitely one of those passengers that got dragged down with the Titanic there. So, we're trending at about $14,700 for 24-hour volume. And, you know, you guys have to keep in mind that the circulating supply right now is only about 9.4 million BitConnect that are out right now, and there's still going to be some BitConnect that's going to be released over time. I'm not sure if they're mined or if it's like a proof of stake, or I'm not really sure how it works, but there's still about 6,000 total supply that's going to be out of the market. So we have to be very, very careful of hyperinflation when it does get released, right? Who knows? Regardless of how it's released, if it's mined or if it's proof of stake, and you know people are holding and they're getting it based on just holding, right? But usually people will dump it on the market, so we can probably expect the price of BitConnect to drop a little bit lower when the total supply actually is released on the market. What we see for the volume is check this out, guys. Okay, this is monumental. This is a very momentous occasion for BitConnect, right? The last time that we've actually seen a 24-hour volume of $15,000 was a while ago, right? We saw on April 3rd there, and we saw it on April 2nd as well, where it was well over $14,000, right? So we have to wonder to ourselves right now: is the market actually getting interested in BitConnect again? Are people finally realizing that there might be some opportunity for another great Ponzi scheme? Is there a new generation of blood out there that's hungry to get a part of this Ponzi scheme? Did we learn something from the previous people, right? Who actually did? If you're gonna do a Ponzi scheme, gotta make sure that you do it properly. So hopefully we've learned from people like Crypto Nick and Trevon James there as well, right? The best thing that I can recommend to people is this, okay? If you guys are going to become a good trader, or if you're going to partake in a really big scam, make sure that you follow really good traders, but more importantly, follow the bad traders as well, right? Because you want to learn what the good traders are doing, and you especially want to learn what the bad traders are doing to not do what they screwed up on. So if you're going to partake in a gigantic Ponzi scheme again for BitConnect, okay, make sure that you guys are looking at all the people that failed, so you know that from their failures where you can find success next time. Okay, so I just thought I'd give you guys a really good tip there with BitConnect. I do expect it to drop with Bitcoin as well for the next few days, right? Because I think that Bitcoin is going to start correcting right now. I'm just joking about BitConnect, guys. Come on, okay? If you guys are actually thinking I'm serious about BitConnect, like please, please, please unfollow me, okay? You know what they say? There's people who can take a joke, and then there's people who can take 3 dicks. Which one are you? I'd prefer to take a joke, just to be very, very clear, okay? So that's actually one of my favorite jokes from my female friends, right? When they actually can't take a joke. When they can't take a joke, I ask them, what's the difference between you and a joke? And I tell them a joke cannot take 3 dicks. So you may as well take that instead if you actually can't take a joke, okay? So anyways, let's talk about Bitcoin right now. Wonderful news, guys. Phenomenal news. The last time that we actually ended up getting to BitConnect. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, BitConnect? Welcome, everybody. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look at the market cap for Bitcoin. What am I going to do? So okay, anyways, my hair is really good. I don't know what you guys are talking about right now. Okay, my hair is fantastic right now. I woke up and I'm actually not gonna do my hair at all today. I'm just gonna leave it just the way it is. Because like Bruno Mars said, I'm perfect just the way I am, okay? And don't you guys know, like Bruno Mars said, my hair, it falls perfectly without me trying. Right? It looks great. I love my hair as much as I love day trading, just so you guys know. I put in a lot of pride. Luna is, I don't know, she might be outside somewhere. She's not in her sectional. She's on her sectional usually all the time when I'm on the computer, but today she's not on the sectional. So let's get into it, guys. Enough with the jokes, okay? You guys need to make sure that you maintain a very serious composure and nature when you're trading cryptocurrency because it's definitely a very serious profession. You can't be in sweats. You can't be in a sweater. You can't be in a t-shirt when you're trading Bitcoin because you need to be very professional, okay? And just so you guys know, this live stream has actually been brought to you by Sony, okay? Experience today 3D world created by Sony. I just had to bring that up there very quickly, okay? Last time my videos were brought to you by EVGA, but this time it's been brought to you by Sony. Sony's probably gonna sue me for saying that. So guys, Bitcoin and the whole market cap right now, we're at $325 billion. Okay, this is a very very momentous occasion. I have to admit, there's nothing better than seeing Bitcoin well over $300 billion once again. The 24-hour volume is actually slowly trending down. Last night, before we finished off, when I did my final live stream there, we were actually at about $9.2 billion. Now we're at about 7.8 billion, and this goes to show a few things. It goes to show that since yesterday finished off at about 8.9 billion, that caused a really large rally, right? The shorts got wrecked, if you guys don't know. The shorts got completely wrecked. So then now we're at about $7.8 billion. And it just goes to show that the market is slowly reaching its peak for the final wave up. And if you guys remember on my Steemit post yesterday, this is basically what I was mentioning. I was mentioning that a breakout above 80, 87 will target roughly 82.50, but we actually got to 82.40, which is very acceptable to me. I anticipated one more small wave up, and one more wave up we actually ended up getting. So we were actually at about 265 billion about 4 days ago. So we've gained a whopping $60 billion in the market cap altogether. And I do believe that a lot of coins will start correcting. And I believe that EOS is going to be one of those coins that's going to correct as well, guys. Okay. I'm just waiting for this crossover to happen on the 4-hour chart right here. I think it's going to get to the negative side for EOS. And I think a lot of coins are going to follow it as well. So let's take a look at Bitcoin from the beginning, just to show you guys where I believe how this is actually holding up in terms of Elliott wave first of all. And I'm actually going to be shorting Bitcoin soon. It just makes sense to short Bitcoin. The way that I see it is I see this as WXY with an X with another one right there. Whoops, that's a mistake there. Let me just get the proper WXYZ. So I see this as W right here. I see this as X, I see this as another Y, I see this as another X, and I see this as a Z. And this is the bullish count, all right? Now, until we actually get to a bearish count, If we actually break below 64.25, then I'll actually have to change my stance from bullish to bearish. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there right now who are saying that this is nothing but a gigantic bull trap. Well, it's very difficult for us to assume that it's a bull trap when we've gone from about 250, 265 billion in terms of market cap all the way up to 325 billion. Well, yes, it might be a big bull trap. We also have to consider many factors as well. That in order for a massive bull trend to start, there needs to be some sort of new money that comes into the market. You guys have to understand the nature of how coins can progress and gain a lot of new money in the market, right? We can't simply just shoot up to $35,000 for Bitcoin and all of a sudden get the market cap up to 1 trillion to 2 trillion, 3 trillion, $4 trillion. It doesn't really work like that. We need some sort of major fundamental news that's going to drive new investors and money into the market. So what I really firmly believe that needs to happen is something like, I don't know, Google or Facebook announces that. I know Facebook would never do it because they're completely against blockchain, but some major social media platform to announce that, hey, we're actually going to be transitioning over to blockchain technology. We'll be hosting all of our data on there and decentralizing it. Or we need something like Amazon to come through and say, guess what, guys, we're actually going to take Ripple and Bitcoin as a payment system. So we need something drastic like that, or a president of a major company like Donald Trump, maybe perhaps saying Bitcoin is safe. We have regulated it. ICOs will be controlled. The amount of fraud out there will be a lot less, and we will not tolerate any type of fraudulent activity for cryptocurrency. So please go nuts and invest in cryptocurrency. It has a bright future. We need someone to say something like that to attract a lot of new money to come into this, if this makes sense. Okay. So I see this as perhaps an ABC right here, and I see this as a possible truncated C wave right here. So that's how I'm unfortunately the only way that I can take a look at Bitcoin right now. Okay. And I see this as a simple ABC coming down. I'm trying to click on it. Sometimes it doesn't click. I see this as a simple ABC coming down, something like that. I see this as a failed wave going upwards, and then I see this as the final WXY coming down. And the failure actually happened on the fifth wave because we couldn't actually count 5 waves in this particular structure going up right here. Okay. We couldn't count 5 nice and clean waves going upwards, right? We kind of only counted, when we look at it from this perspective, we counted 1, we counted 2, we counted 3. Where was the fourth wave, right? Where was the fourth wave? So as soon as this was considered the second wave right here, right? This was the second wave. Okay, this was right there. This was the third wave. As soon as the third wave fell below the region of wave 2 territory there, this point right here is where we would consider it as an X failure. And it was very evident, in my opinion at least, and based on the way that I played it, that Bitcoin was going to correct fairly heavily. And I think a lot of it was very easy to predict. I think we were trading it. Do you guys remember my exact prediction of 7250? Oh man, that was nice, right, guys? Remember when I was talking about 7250 for the longest time, and then we hit 7240? Whew. Man, that was a good prediction. Remember this one right here as well, when I'm like 11,750 was going to be the target, and I took the non-log scale. Man, did we ever make a lot of money during that time, right? If you guys were following me, where I was like, yep, it's going to hit about 11,750, hits 11,788, and then bam! And then we nailed this correction target as well. We even nailed the 6,000 target last time as well. So there's been a lot of very bullish momentum and correction patterns that we've actually nailed. So let's take a look at this now, all right? The way that I'm personally seeing this is I'm seeing this right here as a corrective pattern that ends up landing right here, okay? This is where I see it personally, because if I zoom in to a 4-hour chart, actually, let's just go on a daily. If I go to a daily chart, the way that I'm seeing this is as a truncated C position right here. 1, 2, I'm going to see this as perhaps 3, 4, 5, a truncated C or a truncated fifth wave, however you want to see it. What a truncated fifth wave or C wave refers to is kind of like a double bottom, but it falls a little bit short, okay? This is a normal zigzag that comes down. This is a double bottom. And right here is what you would actually end up calling it as a truncated fifth wave. So that's how I'm personally seeing it. So because I'm seeing this right here as a truncated fifth wave, then I have no choice but to call this as my first wave 1. That's my third wave right there, and there's going to be a fourth wave correction somewhere. And then we will finally attempt to break above the 55 EMA over here and the 100. You guys notice how this is the golden crossover, right? For the people that are unfamiliar with what the golden crossover is, let me enlighten you guys, okay? So we have the 200 moving average, and then we also have the 50 moving average. So this is how, I'm just going to color code it to make it easy. So this is the 200 moving average right there, where that line is, and this is the 50 moving average. So what the 50 moving average wants to do for a crossover is it ends up getting below the 200 moving average, and this is called a death cross. What value is the white EMA line in your chart? It's actually the 200 moving average right here. This is the 50 moving average for the yellow line. So this is the death cross, right? Now, when a death cross happens, we kind of want it to go like this, okay? We just want it to fan downwards like that. We want it to fan downwards where this white line right here goes like that, and the 50 moving average fans downwards like this. But what we're actually finding instead is something very different than that. Instead of coming down, what we're finding is it's curving, right? Like thatwards, like that instead, inwards. So what we're finding is on the 50 moving average, if you guys look very closely, right, it doesn't look like it's actually just gonna start parabolically coming down like that. It looks more like it's leveling off right here because we're getting a lot of bullish momentum, which might even have a chance to end up going like that. So if that actually ends up happening, what we could get is just a very, very small crossover like that. So if you guys actually go back according to history, and we go back historically speaking, just as an example, okay? So right here, just as an example right here, we got a death cross, right? And then eventually it just kind of looped back around. Now, this was a long period of time, right? We don't know how long it's actually going to take for it to happen here, but it's a very likely chance that we are going to actually cross over again based on the momentum that we have. So it looks like there's a good chance for us to actually get a golden crossover. The death cross is when the 200 moving average is above all of it resisting, and a golden cross is when it reverses like this. Does that make sense so far, guys? Okay, so how was I able to extrapolate this 8250 range, right? How the heck was I able to extrapolate that? I don't remember. That's a really good question. Okay, so here's the one range where I use for around the 80, I think it was like an almost 8500 range. And then I took another Fibonacci range where I think I double correlated it. I can't remember exactly, to be honest. There we go, right around here, okay? That's how I correlated it, right? I was talking about how this particular wave right here hit the 261.8 fib level, and I was talking about on my steemit there where if we broke above 80.87, specifically that number, okay, 80.87, which was that high right there, but realistically, you could have taken a look at it on a lot lower time frame candles as well, that we were going to hit the 361.8 Fibonacci number. And here we are, hitting the 58 Fibonacci number. And I also took another greater case scenario that was much more aggressive, saying that we could actually hit between this range, if you guys remember, right? So I was targeting a range where it could have hit between 8250 and about 8500. And unfortunately, we only hit the lower end of the spectrum, right? So yeah, so I can't remember. Let me go to my Steemit, okay? If you guys haven't upvoted in my Steemit stuff yet, it's in the link below. Do you guys remember Ray William Johnson? Make sure you guys click on the link below while you guys are down there. No, really, while you guys are down there. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking, okay? I'm completely people always think that I'm like I'm very straight, just so you guys know, okay? Tony Vase is always bearish, okay? I remember Tony Vase when Bitcoin was like $19,000 and he was saying stuff like, "Yep, we're going to $4,000." It's like, "Whoa, hold your horses there with Jimmy Song there, Tony Vase." Okay, we're at $19,000 right now. Let's not even talk about $4,000 scenario yet, okay? And I remember when he was on September 19th, I remember, or September 15th. I remember that day very, very clearly, okay? September 5th. Let me show you guys September 15th. Okay, right here. September 15th. I remember this day right there. Do you guys remember that day? All right. You guys remember this day? Bitcoin Tony was like, "Yep, we're going back down to like $1,000 when we just recently hit about our 5K." So, I don't know. I love Tony Vase, don't get me wrong, but he's really bearish. That guy is so bearish in my opinion, okay? So anyways, let's take a look at this very quickly. What was I saying yesterday? Yeah, I was saying there are two possible cases, right? And I still actually stand by my correction, okay? This was a really crappy play in my opinion, but you know what? It was for a very, very tiny gain where we purchased on the breakout above 80.87 and we get to about 82.50, which is a 261 point fib. I meant 361.8, but that's all right. So anyways, yeah, here we are at the crossroads, okay? We're now going to take a look at it based on RSI. So you guys got to make note of this point right here. So this point, excuse me there, sorry about that. So on this point right here, this is the RSI resistance. Woo! That's some good urine, Luna. Thank you very much, Luna. Who needs apple juice, guys? Who needs apple juice when you can just fake it? So this right here, we're reaching almost the 60 RSI. You guys have to remember Brown Cadence's RSI rule. So Brown Cadence's RSI rule, it's very good, Ray. I really appreciate you asking. Thank you very much. Brown Cadence RSI rule states that a bearish zone is considered between 60 to very low RSI numbers. A neutral zone is somewhere between, anywhere between 30 and 70 is more so neutral, or 35 and 65. Now, a very bullish zone would be considered between about 40 and super high RSI, okay? That's a very important RSI rule to extend for what you guys know already. Now, I want to point out something on the 2-hour chart. Okay, this is going to blow your mind, guys. Okay, let's go to something like this. Really far out. So, if we actually just draw a simple line to where this RSI is right here, okay? The last time that we actually reached some RSI higher than that number right there was near December 7, not quite reaching it even on December 7, okay? So if you guys see here, it didn't actually quite reach the same RSI. So the last time before that was about November 26. And if you guys remember November 26, around that range, we went from 8K to 12K in like a few short days, okay? So you have to respect the RSI and the fact that it is reaching some ridiculously astronomical numbers, okay? Like, look at this RSI, guys. That's no joke, right? That's no joke at all, how high it's gone. So because it actually went up this high, you guys have to respect the fact that this RSI is called the Relative Strength Index in the market for a reason. It gauges strength. I have a lot of new mics, Asia Love. I've got like some Yeti, I've got like a Snowball, I've got some, I have no idea what brand it is. I've got I don't know. I think this is like a microphone too, isn't it? This Beats thing. I found this in the closet. I didn't even know that I bought like a Beats, but apparently I have one. I don't remember spending 300-400 bucks on Bluetooth. Yeah, whatever. I found it. It's pretty cool. I've got this. I've got my two cell phones that are good microphones. I've got my camera as well. That's like the Logitech HD. But right now I'm using the Arctic 5. This is a really good headset. If you guys don't know, this is a very good headset, okay? If you guys are actually thinking of buying a headset, do your research. Don't buy like a $400-500 headset. Just take a look at the Arctic 5. They are phenomenal headsets. It only goes for about 120 Canadian, and yeah, they're better than any other $200-300 headset out there, just based on review. And by the way, this video has been brought to you by SteelSeries. You can pick up this Arctic 5 beautiful headset, which is unparalleled to other high quality headphones out there. Click on the link below for a 5% discount. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. I'm not sponsored by any of these guys at all. Okay. I'm just entirely kidding, guys. Okay. 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 So let's do this. Now, the RSI is ridiculously high, and we have to take a look at the MACD crossover. Okay, guys, this is a very bearish sign right here. Okay, this is a very bearish momentum that's happening. So you guys have to make note that the histogram is definitely down ticking like that, right? Definitely down ticking, in my personal opinion. And if we look on the 2-hour chart, especially, what we're seeing is that, guys, it's about to cross over to the negative right now. Okay. Look at this histogram that's about to cross over to the negative side, right? It now has no more momentum whatsoever at all, okay? So please make sure you guys notice this right here, that the MACD is a lagging indicator. Yes, it is, but it is absolutely going to be ticking to the downside. You guys can't hear me? As if you guys can't hear me right now. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. My microphone's fine. What? Hello? Testing. Hello? Really? You guys really can't hear me right now? That is so weird. That's so weird. Okay, can you guys hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hold on. Is my microphone muted? You guys are just fucking trolls. You guys are seriously trolls. It's working perfect. You guys just wanted me to take off my headset because you want to see my dog on my head. You guys just want to see my hair. You guys are such trolls. I'm not even going to listen to you guys anymore. I saw the microphone working fine. Okay, you guys are seriously trolls. So, anyways, when the I'm just joking. When you guys see the histogram tick to the negative side, that's gonna signal a fairly good short in the market. Okay, you guys gotta ask yourselves, can we actually maintain this type of momentum right here? This to me is a lot more bearish. Okay, this is a lot more bearish than bullish. So you guys got to make sure that, because we cannot simply break into a higher high, unfortunately, we're most likely going to go down. So the best thing to do right now is just to draw your RSI like that. Draw it like a descending triangle, okay? If you guys draw like a descending triangle, the next point for the 2-hour RSI that will act as a possible support is around the 71 range right there. So I'm waiting to just short Bitcoin. I'm just waiting for it to actually tick to the negative side, which is going to happen in about 2 hours. If we don't keep going up, unfortunately, it's going to go down. So where are some possible correction targets? Okay, I consider this right here as my first wave. Now I'm going to do an Elliott wave to show you guys how I personally see this right here. Okay, I see this as my wave 1, 2. I see this as 3, or sorry, 3. I see this as 4, and I see this as 5. It is really ugly, this impulse wave. But if we actually break it down a lot, it makes sense. I mean, let's break it down. Break it down, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is obviously the third wave going up like that. And this one here is just very simple as well, where that's just making a 1, 2, 3. Wave 4 territory doesn't even hit it. 4 and 5. So how do I assume anything else other than this is actually the first impulse wave up like that, right? There's nothing else you can assume. And if you look at it on a larger degree, right? So if I look at a larger degree, that's wave 1, this is wave 2, that's wave 3, and there's going to be some sort of wave 4, and then we're going to get a wave 5 somewhere like that. So there's no other way, guys, to assume and to count this, in my opinion. I cannot come up with an alternate count because there's simply no choice but to call it just the way that I've drawn it. So because we've taken a stance of Elliott wave, and said that this right here is waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, now we take a look at the next possible target range that is acting as a major support, right? So the next major support range is right around here, first of all. Otherwise, it's simply free fall, right? And then the next support range is right around here, okay? So I see two possible support ranges. This might even get to the 618 level, right? So it's a fairly broad range. So what I'm going to be looking for is kind of a key round number. I don't think it's going to hold at 236, to be honest. Like, there's no way it's going to hold at 236. It only holds about 5% of the time. At 382, it only holds about 12% of the time, okay? So we're talking 5%, we're talking 12%. At the 0.5 level, it holds about, I think, 18% of the time. And 618 is almost like 35% of the time. So I see it possibly hitting this target. I honestly don't think it's going to hold over there, to be quite honest, okay? That's kind of that's quite a stretch, especially with the RSI being this high on the 2-hour chart, especially with it wanting to cross over already. You look at the 3-hour chart as well. It's extremely oversold right now. 4-hour chart, okay, it just screwed up on me. Weird. I'm paying for TradingView. I'm pretty sure I'm paying for TradingView. Like, take a look at this, guys. You see how many indicators I have on here? That's one indicator. That's two indicators. And look at all of my EMAs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with volume 8. You could only have 4 indicators on a basic. That's really weird how that pop-up came up. Okay, whatever. If I'm not paying for it, then I'm not paying for it, but at least I'm getting the pro features, which is even better. So guys, I do see it correcting. Like I'm just gonna say it flat out right now that there's two cases, right? We might shoot up to 8,500. Okay, the next break, if we break above here, which I'm gonna write out for you guys in white, a break above 8250 can rally to 85. I'm just going to say 8450 at most, which isn't likely due to being extremely overbought conditions on our side. So I don't think that this is a likely case at all, okay? Because it's extremely overbought on the RSI. A more likely case is for it to correct somewhere between here. A more likely case, which I'm just going to write out for you guys as well, since I'm going to post the charts. We'll say 618 fib level, which is between, oh, nah, sorry about that, guys. That's my sex sound. Make sure you guys buy that sound on iTunes if you guys always want to have a great recording of my sex sounds. Okay. So a more likely case is a correction, okay, between 0.382 and 0.5 fib level, okay, right here, which is between 7,428 and 7,621 range. I mean, you guys just take a look at the game of probability, right? A game of probabilities. So think about this for a second, guys. What is more likely right now to happen, okay? I mean, let's just really, really think about this. Is it more likely to somehow break to much newer highs, right? Despite how high the RSI is, we're about to get crossovers here as well. Or is it more likely to correct due to being extremely oversold, or sorry, overbought conditions from a technical level? In my opinion, it's more likely to actually end up correcting. I don't think it can actually go higher than that, which I'm actually going to take just a quick snapshot of this because I need to delete the chart and do a different type of analysis with you guys with candlesticks as well. So that's my personal opinion. Okay. And now we're going to take a look at candlestick analysis. You guys know how I feel about my candlestick analysis. Candlestick analysis is probably my absolute favorite. So we've still got about 4 hours left to go. This is still a very big bullish type of candle because it's more green than red, you can say. But if this were red, it would be basically seen as a bearish spinning top. Okay, so the daily doesn't show too much, but it's the 4 hour chart that's actually giving it away, guys. Okay, the 4 hour chart is the one giving it away, where we're getting a lot of tension going up and tension going down. But because we simply just cannot break into an even more bullish territory right now, there's a lot of wicks. Think of this like a tug of war, all right? We were talking about the candlesticks yesterday as well. And what we talked about was this was a big green candle, and then we finally ended up getting a bearish spinning top, right? Now the bulls completely lost the fight there, and it was obvious because of this massive wick that was showing. And because of this massive wick, the bears naturally took over with a bearish spinning top, right? And here we actually ended up getting a candle called an inverted hammer. An inverted hammer basically implies at the end of a bearish run that the bulls will push it up with a long wick. Now, this long wick is actually circumstantial. You have to remember that this long wick right here, after a bearish candle, it implies that the bulls are starting to take over again because they are trying to push it up. And this wick being pushed down implies that the bears are still trying, but the bulls are more so winning. So when you get these types of combinations of candles, it implies that the next candle after that, as long as it opens with a higher range, will actually get a higher trading range than the previous two candles. So it was very implicative that we were going to push it up. But because we couldn't get a solid green body candle, right? A solid green body candle, then we got this tiny little wick. Unfortunately, it also implied that the bulls lost their steam over there. And here we are getting another bearish spinning top. Now, these two candles right here are kind of confusing. It should have signaled to the market that the bulls were losing steam, but because of this body right here being really large, it was kind of a mixed signal that it could have gone either way. So we clearly see it opening here. The bears tried to push it down, but the bulls gave it a really large hurrah. But this wick right here was very implicative, like that wick right there, that the bulls have actually lost control almost. And here we end up getting a doji candle, okay? We get a very doji candle that's more bearish than anything, more long wicks poking up to the top, and now we end up getting almost like a double tweezer combination. And the next candle as well is kind of like a hanging man slash doji candle, right? So it's really hard to believe right now, just based on a candlestick analysis as well and looking at price action, that we actually are in a very bullish zone. This is kind of the hard resistance right now, if you guys notice, okay? Right there. The hard resistance is basically where this one where is it here? It opened 8130. Okay, 8130. Take a look at where this one opened. This one was at hold on, open close. So take a look at the close right there. Okay, take a look at the close on this candle, 8128. And this one right here, take a look at the open right over there. This is 8129. So this one you've got 8128, 8129, which is acting as the very hard resistance right now. Okay. Excuse me for coughing there. Dear Philicon, how do you have your trading view outside of Chrome? Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to do this. This is an app, or sorry, this is called, I'm using Chrome, but what I'm using is a little extension called Open as Pop-Up. So if you click on Open as Pop-Up, it actually gets rid of all of this stuff over here, right? It gets rid of the address bar, gets rid of the bookmark bar, so it makes it very clean, if you guys notice how clean that is, right? So if you guys are using Chrome, I highly recommend you get that extension called Open as Pop-Up. So yeah, so now we've kind of done all the technical indicators analysis that we can do, and it's very obvious to me that we're in a bearish short-term market right now, and it's almost impossible for me to see this going a lot higher. We're also seeing these step cases as well on the histogram that's starting to downtick. So yeah, I'm in a bearish mood right now for the next few hours or days at least, right? You guys got to take a look at this. Like this is nasty right now. We take a look at the major resistance that I drew, right? You guys saw it. The major resistance is around 81.30 range right there, okay, on the 4-hour chart, right? 81.30 range right here. If we don't break above 81.30, and we're getting this type of MACD crossover on the 2-hour chart right here. If we don't break above 81.30 and this MACD is happening, there's only one way for it to go, and that's not sideways, guys. It's not sideways. So you guys just take a look right here as well, all right? This is now the resistance, or sorry, the support for the RSI, okay? Make note of this support right there that I just drew. That's where it previously was. The moment that we break below around the 70, 71 RSI on the 2-hour chart, we're just going to end up falling down. And the next support range will probably be around here, around 68. But that's a lot of room for it to move down, guys. Like a lot of room. So we always go based on RSI supports ranges of the previous price data, right? So since I've started this already, I mean, let's take a look at that. Like we've definitely come down a lot already. We take a look at the 5-minute EMA. We simply cannot stay above the 55 EMA. And we've actually downtrended about, well, $50, $60 since the beginning of this video already. So now, according to the 5-minute chart on a very low micro time frame, we cannot stay above the 55 EMA. On the 15-minute chart, we're just about to hit the 55 EMA here as well, okay? Before, we couldn't even get close to it. If you guys take a look on the big uptrend right here, right? If you guys take a look on the big uptrend, we didn't even come close to hitting it. Now we actually finally bounced off of it once, and it looks like we're gonna bounce off of it again slightly. We're just dropping now as well. On the 30-minute chart, okay? 30-minute chart, we were hovering very safely above this particular moving average, the 21, right? The 21 moving average wasn't even touched at all. Well, it was barely touched, completely bounced there, bounced there. Now we've got this massive body that's actually in between as well. So unless you guys can spot a sign of bullish divergence, anything bullish, right? And keep in mind that I'm a day trader, right? So as a day trader, these small movements are really important to me. So if you guys are a swing trader or perhaps an investor, my technical analysis is not really going to be the best suited for you. I'm more so here to give you guys play-by-plays of the small things that are happening throughout the day, okay? So other than that, guys, yeah, I think that we've covered it right now, and I've also given you guys my targets as well. So this is my target right here between 7,428 and 7,621 range. That is where I'm going to assume it's going to land. But I also want to be very clear that this is a possibility as well, okay? Right between this range as well. And the reason I say that is because there's a lot of activity and price action around here for now. And usually what ends up happening is the wave 4 correction, or whatever wave correction, it likes to land where the wave 4 subwave was right there. So this particular zone, this is a very confluent zone in my personal opinion. So yeah, I think I'm going to take some questions now. Do you guys have any questions? I love you too, Crypto Jay. Dear Philicon, what do you use to secure your cryptocurrency offline? A nano ledger? Yeah. Hey, thank you very much, Jeffrey. I really appreciate that. You've changed my life for the better. Please put this money towards Luna's booze fund. I definitely will, Jeffrey. Very, very much so appreciate the donation. If you guys ever do donate a super chat or ever donate something to the cryptocurrency piggy bank, I want you guys to know that it actually goes towards a very good cause, okay? It goes towards my dog's alcoholic fund, okay? She doesn't work or anything at all. And the last thing I want to do is spend my own money to buy her booze, which is just not right. Me spending my own money to buy my dog booze. So I count on the public to make sure that they fund my dog's alcohol fund because I feel a lot better, like morally, I feel a lot better not contributing to my dog's alcoholic fund. Okay. It feels a lot better when other people buy her alcohol, okay? It's kind of like having a girlfriend, right? It's like, why would I want to buy her drinks when we go to a bar together? Her job is to go hit on other guys, so those guys will buy her drinks, right? It's like, why would I want to buy my girlfriend drinks? You know what I'm saying? Go get somebody else to buy you drinks, okay? I don't want to be contributing to that as well. So, yeah. Uh, yeah, I don't know if you guys want to see Luna when she's drunk. She's always like, she's at about 3 shots of Patron a day. She really loves her tequila. You guys really want me to go get her? Okay, fine. I'll go get her. No, I'm too lazy. I'm way too lazy to go find her. I've got a big house or a big condo, and sometimes she's a very small dog. Luna, where are you? She's not here. No, she's definitely not here right now. So other than that, guys, have yourselves a great day. I think I'm done with this technical analysis. Um, yeah, unless you guys have any more questions that I can actually give you guys. Yeah, it's gonna drop, guys. Like honestly, it's gonna drop. I mean, we just some people realized it already, and just take a look at it. Like it actually dropped to 80.43 already, right? So yeah, sure, this is a long wick right now, but I'm sorry, guys. Um, I think it's honestly gonna drop. I'm gonna get out of here because I want to go short EOS right now, guys. I'm gonna go short EOS. I'm gonna go short it very, very hard right now. Maybe not yet. Okay. Thank you very much, Devin. I appreciate that. Is there a possibility going to 4,088? Yes, there is a possibility, but we have to always play with what we know, right? It's very difficult for us to assume that we're going to get to the $4,000 range when the key pivotal number was right here, was at 64.25, right? So if we broke below 64.25, yeah, then maybe we can possibly get there. But because we are doing our Elliott wave count with it like this right now, we got to get a wave failure for us to even consider those ranges, right? So this wave 4, it must retrace like to at least, okay, 7,000 like $200 ranges for me to even consider a bearish scenario right now. It's very difficult to consider a bearish scenario when we are getting some massive volume pumped into the market, right? So if this wave 4 actually ends up failing, okay, we'll start talking about the 6K range again. So for now, all that we can really do is just look forward to a bullish market because that's all that we see as well. We see a very nice crossover happening, right? We see the golden crossover happening on a 2-hour chart, which is crazy that guys, you guys got to look at the golden crossover, okay? That's when the 200 moving average ends up getting below the 55 moving average. When's the last time we even saw that happening, guys? The last time we saw that happening was like March, was like March the 27th. Actually, February 27, guys. February 27 is the last time that we saw the white moving average, the 200, move below it, okay? Yes. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Boss Grand. You're awesome, Philocon. Will you be covering LTC later today? Yes, I definitely do plan to. Jose Gonzalez, your tutorials have enlightened my life, bro. Thanks for it all. You're welcome, guys. It's my pleasure to honestly help. And if you guys do not know, go check this out, guys. Like, honestly, it might change your life. I try to make it very fun for you guys as well. Um, I went to, Udemy and a bunch of other really crappy courses online where they charged you anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000 for trading, trading in a structured kind of way to learn. So I'm like, why don't I just piss off everybody on the internet and just make like literally 24 tutorials right here? That's like 35 hours long and way better and way more fun probably. So if you guys don't know, go to my Steam it. Go check out this tutorial. It literally starts with everything. And just so you guys know, this Bitfinex tutorial for lesson 1, it's not just for Bitfinex. It actually refers to trading view as well. So you can go over that. And if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Like it starts from the very, very basics, such as what is a candlestick, okay? What is moving average? What is RSI? What is MACD? What is all these other stuff? So anyways, I'm going to get going. Have yourselves a great day, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate all the love and the support that you guys have given me. And I'll catch you guys later tonight for a Litecoin stream. So take care and thank you very much for joining me, guys. Bye now.